Tonight, Mayor Nightingale perished in an explosion at City 31's Memorial Museum. The identity of her assailants is unknown at this time. The City Council asks citizens to remain...
So she gets vaporized the same day XCOM sends Chimera Squad to our city? You hear that voice in your head? That's me telling you to wake up!
Despite opposition, Mayor Nightingale's deciding vote brought the Reclamation Agency to the city. Without her support, Chimera Squad's continued presence is an open question.
Chimera Squad, heads up. Director's on the line from XCOM HQ.
Chimera Squad, I know you're still settling in, but this cannot wait. A short time ago, insurgents crashed the opening of City 31's Memorial Museum. They took Mayor Nightingale hostage. 3-1 PD attempted a rescue, but the insurgents triggered a plasma bomb. Everyone inside was lost. Yes, 3-1 PD should have requested our help, but dwelling on that is counterproductive. We need to focus on what we do next. A crude plasma bomb killed the mayor. The insurgents had no access to materials for that.
Does that mean they had outside help?
Most likely. There are 3 groups in City 31 with access to this kind of ordnance. Grey Phoenix is a group of primarily muton scavengers operating in the city. Recently, they've armed themselves with highly restricted weaponry. That puts them on our radar.
Director, these are local criminals. Isn't that 3-1 PD's jurisdiction?
True. The Reclamation Agency supports local police, but we're also required to recover dangerous material.
From those who would do the world harm, and each of those groups is neck deep in the stuff. So what next?
Focus on a single group. Investigate, dismantle their operations, and take them down.
Meanwhile, we look for any links to the mayor's death. Either way, a dangerous organization is off the streets.
Exactly. The city wants justice for Mayor Nightingale. This is how we help them achieve it.
Check it out. Headquarters sent us an assembly. And with the right patterns, we can build anything. Or we could with the latest version. What you're looking at is the extremely finicky 2038 model. It'll take time to stress test our patterns, but once we have them, we're good to go.
I'm authorizing Chimera Squad for special operations. Some ops provide useful resources for the squad. Keep an eye out for these opportunities.
When you aren't on mission, you need to maintain your skills, physical and mental. Training is the place to do it. It's also where you can adapt to any lasting wounds received in the field. So don't let those wounds linger. You'll pay for them in the long term. Our temporary field office has all the basics. Weapons, comms, and ammunition. Supply is where we request everything else. As long as it's in the squad's budget, it's ours.
Welcome to City 31. During Advent's occupation, the city was a fortress supporting an active starport. 5 years after XCOM won the war, it's home to aliens, hybrids, and humans alike. There's new industry, self-government, and local agriculture to support the varied populations. Against all odds, this city thrived after the war. There were no retributive attacks.
Until tonight.
We don't know that. Not yet. But we can find out.
Say a hostile force has access to a dangerous device. Destroying it would cause harm to you or others. In that case, finesse is the better option. Approach the device and disable it, just as you were trained.
Phoenix is after large quantities of Illyrium. Why do they need that much power? Illyrium access would allow them to refine an explosive powerful enough to kill Mayor Nightingale. Grey Phoenix has the means. Find out if they had the motive.
The director convinced the city council we're too understaffed to be effective. This means we can bring more agents to City 31. It's not the whole squad, not yet, but it's something. Verge, welcome to our temporary home. What are your thoughts on exposed steel girders?
Remarkably positive. They reduce risk of psionic attack.
Really?
Ha! No. The steel does nothing. We are completely exposed to psionic incursion.
Thanks for the next few weeks of fear-powered insomnia.
From what we've seen, Grey Phoenix is armed with restricted weapons. We don't know their source. That's where you come in. Determine where they're getting all their toys.
Chimera Squad. I'm Commissioner Maloof of 3-1 PD. To be blunt, I don't give a chrysalis ass about the politics. I'm glad you're in the city. 3-1 PD was stretched thin before the mayor's death. There are gaps to fill, and that's where you come in. When your agents can handle a situation better than my officers, I'll send the details your way. If the city council has a problem with that, I'll take the heat. They can't afford to fire me. I look forward to working with you.
Hostile forces may attempt to guard a mission-critical device that needs to be stopped. Destroy the device in question when authorized. Keep your distance if you can. Reclamation training spent a lot of time on hostage situations, so you know how it goes. Focus on any hostile who threatens your VIP, and get them to safety as soon as you can.
Reports confirm significant unrest in City 31. Without the city's trust, Reclamation cannot investigate effectively.
Anything we can do about that?
Results can earn back the public trust. We're here to keep the city safe, so there's no better way than doing just that.
I'm sure you already know your way around the armory. Each of you has a locker here. But it's also where we announce field promotions, which I'm doing now.
I'd like to thank my gremlin for always believing in me.
Congratulations. I realize now there should have been a cake.
Emergency session of the City Council voted 5-4 against a citywide curfew. Councilor Parada spoke for the majority.
There is no need for such extreme measures. Mayor Nightingale's death is a tragedy, but to shut down the city due to fear would reject the very principles by which she lived.
3-1 PD remains on high alert throughout City 31. Commissioner Maloof released the following statement.
Every 3-1 PD officer grieves for Mayor Nightingale. Rest assured, we will bring those responsible to justice.
We'll keep you informed of any developments. Channel 37, Celio Dash reporting.
If we're lucky, we can reach an endangered VIP before hostile forces arrive. Our goal is to extract the VIP before hostiles can overwhelm the position. Get to the evac and get out.
Spontaneous vigils broke out in honor of Mayor Nightingale, whose recent death still roils City 31. Thousands of citizens wish to pay their respects to our city's first freely elected mayor. Said one attendee,
"She got it, you know? It wasn't about making things better for me and mine. Hybrid, alien, human, she did her best for all of us."
The city council voted unanimously to hold elections within the month. Councilor Parada released the following statement.
Mayor Nightingale once said, "Governance does not need popular approval, but it requires the people's consent."
Celio Dash reporting for Channel 37. Today, the City Council appointed Councilor Parada as Deputy Mayor until the upcoming election. Councilor Vorthu expressed his displeasure after the session.
He opposed the bulk of Mayor Nightingale's policies. A new title won't change that.
The Deputy Mayor responded.
This is a trying time for us all. My goal is to keep the lights on until we elect a new mayor. No more, no less.
More on this story as it develops. Channel 37, Celio Dash reporting.
Sometimes we need to infiltrate hostile territory. This usually means we're after important contraband. Grab the contraband and get out. Do not stick around.
City 31 was slow to impound restricted weapons after the war. Some locals took advantage. Cutting off the flow to Grey Phoenix will disrupt the local arms trade.
Whisper, where is the mess?
Claymore. All around you, pal.
Very funny. I brought a fish curry for the squad.
How'd you sneak that past headquarters?
3 spare canteens.
You are the man.
I'm the man who serves dinner in 15 minutes.
The city is shaken by the untimely loss of our mayor. But with everything this city has been through, I have to believe we'll come out of this stronger than ever.
Let's not sugarcoat this, Roger. How can we feel safe when our duly elected officials are kidnapped and assassinated?
You're absolutely right. This is a tragedy. We can't forget or forgive.
But how do we move on? Tension can be felt on every street and in every home.
Together, Glorgo, that's how we move on. Throughout our city's history, we've faced many challenges and threats, but only together can we find peace.
Let's hope you're right.
As you know, our presence in City 31 is precarious. The City Council is divided on Reclamation's future. So we do the job we came here to do. Secure dangerous technology from those who seek to harm City 31. As Reclamation confirms intel on these bread-and-butter missions, we'll place them on the map. They can't argue with our mandate. Protecting the citizens of this city will help them understand our commitment.
A large crowd, consisting primarily of mutons, protested the continued closure of the starport today, insisting on access to the facility. Artisan Glorva of the Shipworkers League had this to say.
Those starships are sacred territory. To keep us from them is yet another cruelty, one we have learned to expect.
Jacinda Schultz of the Starport Authority responded.
Prudence is not cruelty. We can't allow access to the facility until it is deemed secure.
Celio Dash reporting for Channel 37.
Hostile forces may try to sabotage infrastructure, damage crucial tech, or demolish evidence of their activities. Focus on any hostile attempting to destroy what you're there to protect. Hold fast and outlast their assault.
Great job. No arms dealer is willing to risk a deal with Grey Phoenix. Not with Chimera Squad in town.
The continued protest of the starport's closure grew contentious as several terrestrial supremacist groups arrived to counter-protest, said Artisan Glorva of the Shipworkers League.
These people share the beliefs of those who killed Mayor Nightingale. They seek to provoke us, while the city does nothing.
A masked spokesperson from Earth Above All insisted otherwise.
Alien pilgrimage? They want access to armed starships inside that port. Of course we're here to say otherwise.
We'll keep you informed of any developments. This is Celio Dash with Channel 37.
I have more background on the insurgents behind the mayor's attack. Just after the war, City 31 reached out to nearby resistance networks to help keep the peace. The insurgents belonged to a cell in the Shrike network. That network provided security before 31 PD existed. They left when the Global Council cleared aliens and hybrids for return to society.
Couldn't stomach protecting the people they fought in the war?
Seems that way. Since 2037, they've kept to the outskirts and swapped war stories at their watering holes.
Sounds like a dead end.
Maybe. Something drove them to carry out this attack. Keep your eyes open.
Over a dozen were injured today before 3-1 PD could break up protesters clashing outside the starport. Commissioner Maloof condemned the fighting.
Of course, protesters should speak their minds. We won a war for that privilege. But 3-1 PD will not tolerate violent protest.
Artisan Glorva of the Shipworkers League issued a statement.
We follow your rules, and yet only mutons were injured today. If 3-1 PD can or will not protect us, we will protect ourselves.
Celio Dash reporting for Channel 37. Tensions at the starport increased today as muton protesters arrived with what appeared to be clubs. Artisan Glorva of the Shipworkers League bristled at the suggestion.
These are tools for fixing starships. They are spiritual implements, not weapons.
A leaked video from Earth Above All seemed to urge escalation.
If they swing at you, it's their ticket back to prison. Wear thick padding, provoke verbally, and make sure it's on camera.
More on this story as it develops. Celio Dash reporting for Channel 37.
Years have passed since the end of Advent's occupation. Life is vastly different for all of us, human, alien, and hybrid alike. Where do we go from here? Are we capable of surmounting the many challenges before us? We'll explore these questions with a new program we call Profiles of Restoration. Each episode follows a person working to rebuild the planet and beyond. Give us a watch or a listen. We want to show you the world.
We can get a sweet deal on combat-grade androids. I know. Everyone hates them.
I don't hate them. They're robot friends who can fill in on missions if we're too wounded to continue.
Okay, everyone but Patchwork hates them. As she says, they do have a purpose.
Looking to sink your teeth into something delicious? Why not give Burger Palace a try? We have everything you need to fill your belly, or bellies, depending on your species. Our mouth-watering patties are grown from a kelp-derived protein base designed to appeal to everyone. Pending approval from the Global Truth and Reconciliation Commission, you can find us in most city centers. Burger Palace. New name, new location, same great taste.
So why didn't you ever name your gremlin?
I stopped doing that years ago.
What do you mean? Didn't yours make it through the war?
No. I've had this one since midway through training.
Midway? What happened to your first gremlin?
Blasted by a muton during the war.
So, the one that you replaced in training? Which one is that?
43? No, 45. I always forget the pair I lost to lightning.
Hostile forces need leadership to function. If authorized by the director, you may need to neutralize a hostile leader. Subduing your target is always preferred. Enemy leadership, if captured, provides valuable intel.
Of Grey Phoenix leadership is what keeps their people loyal. Disrupt their chain of command. Without leaders, their lower ranks will be more willing to talk.
What's wrong? Not enjoying the office picnic?
It's fine, but there's nothing I can eat.
Not even my famous egg salad?
Chicken eggs are poison to sectoids.
Why not try a not dog? Do you mean hot dog?
Hot dogs are also poison.
No, not dogs. Delicious, nutritious, and entirely digestible no matter where you're from.
Even me?
Of course, my muton friend. Not dogs are for everyone.
Whether you're from Earth or outer space, you can jam a not dog in your face.
I'll have a not dog.
Me too.
3 for me.
Not dogs are an approved source of fiber for all signatory species of the 2036 Accords. Extraterrestrials should consume no more than 1 packet of not dogs per week without express permission from accredited gene therapists. Do not store not dogs in direct sunlight. Not dogs that turn the...
There is a new ramen shop in the Fringe.
Which ones have we been to?
The Better Broth, Lockenvelder Noodle House, and Pork Baby.
We still need to hit udon with that. And currying flavor. What is the new place called?
UF Oodle.
Sounds like pandering.
Not as much as Mextraterrestrial.
That place was the worst.
Hey, Zephyr. What are you up to?
Beat it, knockoff.
Sure thing.
Why do you let her talk to you like that?
You can't force friendship, but you can reach out and let someone know they aren't alone. So I do.
Hey, knockoff. I need a new training dummy. We spar in 5.
I will be there. See? Progress.
Or a concussion. Can't wait to see which one.
Excellent. Dismantling the Grey Phoenix leadership should throw them into disarray. We know Grey Phoenix can quickly move personnel throughout City 31. Once you learn how, we'll know how to wall them off. Grey Phoenix follows a pair of leaders, both mutons. Custodian Zell handles their technical interests. We know more about Crew Chief Yarvo, who directs their martial pursuits. Zell and Yarvo are unknown quantities. It isn't clear who calls the shots between them.
The bunks here are worse than in training.
We can fix the place up. I have some ideas.
No hammocks. Never again.
That was your own fault. That pipe wasn't load-bearing.
You said hang it anywhere.
I am not having this conversation.
Hello, Chimera Squad. I'm the proprietor of the Viper's Nest, a humble establishment in the fringe. As I'm sure you know, dangerous tech from the Advent days still turns up from time to time. The city pays well to anyone who turns it over, so I hire a network of scavengers to find this stuff. Oh, and I occasionally hear of opportunities that may interest you. If I do, I'll be in touch.
Looking for lands of adventure? Or just something for the little ones? Come on down to the Thought Bubble. We're located 3 blocks from the square in City 31. Graphic novels from the old world and the new. Come see what everyone's thinking about.
Stop asking. I'll never agree to it.
Come on. A gremlin fight would be important for, let's say, training purposes.
And when the dust clears, who repairs the broken gremlin?
You, most likely.
Restoring your gremlin from a pile of slag is not how I care to spend my time.
Was that... Did you just smack talk me? Patches, I'm so proud.
Has anyone seen my takeout?
Yeah, 5 minutes ago.
Where?
Where did I see the contents of your unmarked takeout container?
Yes. Wait.
On the end of my fork.
No.
As I ate the last bite.
Not again.
This is why we use labels.
I must ask for a favor.
Sure. What's up?
A new restaurant opened on the promenade. Steak sandwiches, processed cheese sauce, authentic old world cuisine.
You can't eat that. You'll die.
But you can. And with your consent, I can share your sense of taste.
Yeah, man. I'll taste greasy food for you. As long as we split the cost.
Deal.
If a hostile force will cause imminent harm, you'll need to stop them by any means necessary. As always, subduing targets is preferable. We learn far more from captures than corpses.
Chimera Squad. The City Council asked me to contact you directly about a sensitive matter. The simple fact is that 3-1 PD is unequipped to deal with certain emergency situations. We've hired mercenaries in the past, but the results have been adequate at best. Mayor Nightingale assured us you were here to protect City 31 from harm. So prove it. I want you on call for emergencies that require your unique skill set. The City Council will be watching.
We are not the police. If you see a theft, call it into 3-1 PD and move on. But there is one notable exception. Hostile forces carrying dangerous contraband may attempt to flee the scene. Don't let them escape.
Grey Phoenix has freedom of movement because they actively cultivate sympathizers. Until you find a way to reduce Grey Phoenix's influence, they'll always be 2 steps ahead.
Why did you leave your resistance group?
After the war, the skirmishers opened to all hybrids who rejected Advent. Good deal for clones. A new identity for those without one.
That sounds positive.
Is it? I'm no clone. Records say I was Australian, but I don't remember that girl. Nothing about her life. How could I build a new future with them if I don't know my past? There's no place for me. Not anywhere.
I disagree. Profoundly.
It's not that simple, but thanks, mate.
I'm Floyd Tesseract, and I'm part of the reason you lost your world. I was an architect of the invasion, as much as a slave to the Elders can build anything. But I broke your world. You didn't know how to fight back, to think for yourselves. Well, you better start, or someone else will do it for you. And who will you blame this time, I'm Floyd Tesseract, and I'm here to show you why you should have believed. All right, let's get to it. You people hear this bonded stare crap? Whoever's behind it knows their way around Advent propaganda. They say don't talk, don't think, but let me tell you how the world is. That's your first clue. The voice on the radio is never your friend.
Excellent work. With their influence reduced, Grey Phoenix won't be able to operate in plain sight.
Here at Burger Palace, we want everyone to enjoy our food. That's why we've kept it simple. It all starts with our patties, ranked a 7 on the cross-species consumability index. But that's not good enough for our customers, so we inject each patty with a flavor bulb of your choice. When it fully gestates, you're ready to see how we turn each 7 into a 10. Burger Palace. New name, new process, same great taste.
A short time ago, Grey Phoenix forced their way into the city's starport. If they managed to launch a starship, they could cause all kinds of destruction.
I know you don't talk about the invasion, but what about after? Were you some kind of interrogator?
Not at first. I was assigned to a scientist with broad popular appeal.
What'd you do?
I ensured he spoke of our arrival in a positive light, emphasized the benefits of bowing down to the elders.
That's kinda gross.
If we failed, Plan B was to purge the planet of all sentient life.
Verge, you're a gross hero.
Not from that. Less wrong is still wrong. I accept that now.
Alright, so last time I said the voice on the radio is never your friend. What about me? Good old Floyd never steered you wrong. Are we pals? Am I your friend? Of course not. You don't know me. You don't know what I want from you. I say I want you to think for yourself. What if I want to make you feel like you already do? Know why someone wants you to think, and you'll know what they want you to think.
Gray Phoenix made its move on the starport. They overran security and are attempting to scramble starships. You need to stop those birds from launching. Who knows what they'll do when airborne.
Zapping the target.
You got him.
So that's it then. Crew Chief Yarvo's gone. We're stuck here. Very well. I shall direct all of our forces to stand down.
I accept your surrender?
It does not matter where you send us. This world remains our prison.
Good work, Chimera Squad. Your quick thinking prevented significant damage to City 31. And yet, Grey Phoenix was not trying to flee to the Elders. They wanted to go home, or find a new place to call home. How they went about it cannot be excused, but I will advise XCOM HQ to consider this development. After reviewing the intel from your investigation, we're left with more questions than answers. Grey Phoenix sought to steal multiple starships from the city's starport. This required secrecy. Mayor Nightingale's death made their goal more difficult to achieve. Worse, there are clear signs they had external backing. Until we know more, we've designated their silent partner, Atlas.
Should we run down leads on Atlas?
No, there's too little to go on. Mayor Nightingale's death remains your priority.
You mentioned 2 other groups who could have aided her killers, but...
Focus on one. If Atlas becomes more than just a theory, we'll update. The Progeny have a small but loyal human membership, all with psionic capability. Victims willingly hand over what the Progeny need, then forget the whole thing. The perfect crime.
Torque.
Whisper.
Are we good?
I don't know. Did you get a lobotomy?
Can't say that I did.
Then no, we aren't good.
Well, at least things are back to normal.
Progeny went after expensive assets. What's behind their sudden need for funding? They have no love for hybrids, which presumes a motive to kill the mayor. As for means, psionics could give them the ultimate insider, a member of Mayor Nightingale's protective detail.
Look, Roger,
I don't have much to say about Grey Phoenix. The whole situation hits too close to home.
They could have caused so much destruction in the middle of our city.
Wanting to find one's home should not be a crime.
Mass devastation is definitely a crime. Why didn't they ask for help?
Would anyone hand a starship over to aliens who said they just wanted to leave?
Probably not, Glorgo. Probably not.
More than once, progeny fleeing the scene seemed to vanish without a trace. Figure out how they manage this magic trick.
Reclamation's primary goal is to recover dangerous material from those who would do the world harm. On occasion, that means confiscating a powerful weapon from someone willing to use it against you.
Notice the growing amount of violence in our city?
I have, Glorgo, I have. Makes me wonder if 31PD knows how to do its job.
That's a bold statement, Roger.
All I'm saying is that it didn't used to be this way. Not when Shrike was keeping the peace.
Oh, come on. Mercenaries make bad police. Everyone knows that.
Maybe you're right, but at least there was peace.
PD identified psionic radicals as the perpetrators of last night's attack at Highland Square. Commissioner Malouf proposed the idea of a registry for psionic residents.
The registry would have a deterrent effect on an invisible crime. All must be held accountable.
But some residents argue this proposal is an invasion of privacy and an attack on civil liberties.
I wear my dampener without complaint. Why should I be punished for another's poor choices?
We'll keep you informed of any developments. This is Celio Dash with Channel 37. Council debated the proposed psionic registry behind closed doors today. Hundreds of protesters congregated outside of City Hall.
Just because they're different doesn't mean they should be treated like criminals.
3-1 PD insists the registry is in the best interest of city residents.
Public safety is our top priority. If you have nothing to hide, you have nothing to worry about.
This is Celio Dash for Channel 37. As the City Council debates a psionic registry, some residents feel they are out of touch. Recent disappearances of hybrid citizens have left their families in disarray.
She wouldn't have just left like this. Someone took her. They must have.
Commissioner Maloof issued an official response.
3-1 PD is actively looking into these missing persons. This matter is our top priority.
This is Celio Dash for Channel 37.
Uses psionic tampering of witness memories to escape. But to where? They must have a network of safe houses. Find them and remove them from the board.
PD arrested 2 humans and a sectoid for removing their dampeners at the promenade. The arresting officer downplayed the psionic disturbance.
This was a political demonstration that got out of hand. Nothing more.
A protester on the scene disagreed.
The dampeners are painful. We should be able to live as naturally as anyone else.
This is Celio Dash for Channel 37.
You're back. Because you think I know the truth? Or because I'm familiar? Entertaining. See, that's how it works. You trust the voice on the radio, then it asks you to do things. Little things. You don't mind. The voice on the radio, it's your friend. You can give some leeway to a friend. You tell him, Floyd, you're the only one who knows the truth. Well, you know what? I don't. I know how we conquered your world. Telling you we knew the truth was a big part of that. So never listen to a voice on the radio that claims to know the truth. Instead, think for yourself.
The progeny are using an old Advent bunker. For what, we don't know.
I wonder if Advent would have put me to work in a place like this.
Great work. We have the progeny on the run, with far fewer places to escape.
Blue blood, great to see you.
Back at you, Whisper. Settling in?
Not exactly. Until we have a proper field office, we get to sleep in a rail car repair yard.
See? Every job comes with a few perks.
Let me know when we have any.
The progeny uses psionic relays to coordinate their forces, but that's impossible without serious automation. They must rely on modified Advent tech to pull this off. Locate and confiscate it to disrupt their operations. Mercenaries you've encountered are from the old Shrike network. City 31 paid them to provide security just after the war. After the formation of 3-1 PD, Shrike was cut loose. By then, they were more of a mercenary outfit than resistance group.
Who's in charge?
It's not that simple. Shrike operates in a loose cell structure. Each cell determines which jobs they're willing to take. Some help guard the city's food supply.
And others are muscle for seriously shady people. So what if we run into more in the field?
They should have the sense to avoid a fight with Reclamation. And if they don't, standard rules of engagement.
The bunks here are worse than in training.
We can fix the place up. I have some ideas.
No hammocks. Never again.
That was your own fault. That pipe wasn't load-bearing.
You said hang it anywhere.
I am not having this conversation.
I'm checking inventory.
All right.
How's your gear?
Still there.
You are such an ass.
At least I have one.
I feel so tired, and it's not even noon.
What did you have for breakfast?
I'll tell you what she didn't have. Big Crunch.
The cereal that writhes?
That's the one.
How does that even work?
We dip gene-tailored larval nuggets into our special batter. Simply add warm milk and prepare for a big crunch.
What kind of milk?
Milk from any warm-blooded mammal will end the nugget's hibernation. Then you're ready for some big crunch.
That sounds fun, but I'm a human. Can I have some too?
Of course! Nearly everyone can eat Big Crunch.
What about me?
I said nearly. Under no circumstances should sectoids consume Big Crunch.
Aw, dang.
Well, I know what I'm having. A wriggling bowl of... Oh, go on. You can say it.
Big Crunch. The cereal that writhes.
Food life. Food for all of us.
So, I have this rash?
Cool. Does it look like a face?
I don't know. It's not in a place I can see.
So, why are you telling me?
Could you take a look at it?
Nope. Why not? Because I'm your medic, not your doctor. The only way I'll see that thing is if you get shot in the rash.
Well, that sounds painful.
Oh, extremely.
progeny got their hands on an experimental codex. They're using it in ways it was never intended. Take advantage of this. If you force them to spread it thin, the codex will deteriorate.
Hey, buddy. Read my mind lately?
You know I would never do that.
How would you know? I know, unless you read my mind.
Because I am your squad mate, and you trust me with your life.
But you could have programmed me to think.
No one can program a mind with such complexity as yours.
Verge. Sometimes I think you're the only one who truly gets me.
I know.
How do you inject so much naive optimism into terrible situations?
I'm Canadian. Or I was when Canada was a thing.
Canadian. Right, the maple-flavored kind.
Did you say flavored?
Medallions of Canadian, fresh off the griddle.
Please tell me you mean Canadian bacon.
Of a sort.
A biomechanics technician realized her side project was backed by the progeny, and when she called reclamation, the progeny came to collect.
It's almost like they read her... Okay, wait, they did most likely read her mind.
Nicely done. The progeny's pet codex is effectively offline.
Verge, I need a comm check.
Yes. Go ahead.
Check, check, 1, 2, check. Can you hear me?
I sensed it.
Right, but Verge, you know how a comm check works.
Yes.
Then, wait, are you messing with me?
Ah, yes.
Well, at least you're honest about it.
We've seen the progeny using tech of an unfamiliar design. None of this came from Advent. Track down the source of this tech. We need to know how they're using it. Progeny is a woman who calls herself Violet. No last name, no known origin. We now know why they're called the Progeny. She induced the psionics of each and every member. The sheer psionic power required is alarming. Consider Violet extremely dangerous.
It's no secret. Cross-species food can be dangerous. So how does Burger Palace ensure the safety of its customers? Simple. Each flavor bulb contains markers keyed to the species who can consume it. Once cooked into the patty, physical contact with the inappropriate species triggers the patty's flight response. We call it our compatibility guarantee. If you can't eat it, it'll let you know. Burger Palace. New name, new safeguards, same great taste. If you've been to Burger Palace, you know we've had the same great taste since the occupation. But how? Our consent decree with the Global Truth and Reconciliation Commission is quite clear in its restrictions. And we agree. It was time for a change, so we partnered with Food Life to find the closest match. But not too close. This way we can still give you what you want without breaking the law. Burger Palace. New name, new formula, same great taste.
Your mind is one of the calmest I have encountered.
For a human?
For anyone. How do you remain so placid?
Regular exercise, prayer, and I allow myself to love the world and people around me.
What about caffeine?
I never touch the stuff.
This is the crappiest place I've ever slept. That includes my detention center.
Hot meals and a roof over our heads. Better than we had it in the war.
Speak for yourself. Advent ceilings didn't leak.
Until the Resistance blew holes in them.
Rebel goon.
Despotic flunky.
Ah, young love. Can't find my takeout. It was in the fridge.
Your what?
Food from that old world fusion place near the promenade.
Ah, you mean your takeaway. What did you order?
A rice stew with that new strain of flavored carrot.
The one that tastes of rabbit?
That's the one. Have you seen it?
No, but if you do, could I try a bite? It sounds delicious.
Unbelievable.
Is developing new tech that augments their psionic domination. We can't allow this. Undermine their research and end their experiments.
You ever want to talk about anything? I'm around.
Are you coming on to me?
No. I mean, you rush into things in the field. I've seen that before. I know what it means.
You think I have a death wish.
I don't know. Do you?
I rush in because I understand the concept of acceptable risk.
Okay. Okay.
But thanks for the vote of confidence.
Sheriff, your mind is... I have never experienced anything like it.
Thanks, man. Good to know I'm a one-of-a-kind clone.
You broadcast what you think, as you think it.
Doesn't everyone?
Rarely. Communication often requires layers of caution, self-delusion, and mutually agreed-upon deception.
Sounds like a lot of work. I'd rather say what I mean so I can get to the important stuff.
And that is?
The sunrise, waffles, laughter, wood smoke, you know, living.
I am beginning to understand you.
The progeny raided this manufacturing plant. They're pushing in toward the production floor.
What do they make here? Weapons?
Not unless you consider Cleanbot's a weapon.
You know, in the right hands.
Well done. The Progeny's psionic development program is no more.
The Progeny are atop the tallest building in Old Town. From there, they have a view of the entire city. They're assembling a strange device up there. This must be their endgame. Progeny have withdrawn to the 60th floor, except for some stragglers ahead. Well, the elevators are out, so you'll have to take alternative transportation up top.
Finally! A use for my climbing gear.
It's an anti-gravity sled, cobbled together by squatters during the occupation. Mildly exposed to the elements. Well, mild to moderate exposure. You'll be fine.
Book 'em!
job, Chimera Squad. The progeny thought they could force a psionic evolution, but their tech was only capable of scrambling psionically sensitive minds for miles around. You stopped the progeny in their tracks and saved hundreds of lives. Reclamation analyzed the intel from your latest investigation. We've noticed a troubling pattern. The progeny received external backing in building their psionic weapon. Atlas is no longer a theory. Now that we've foiled 2 of their plans, expect an escalation.
Did you find a connection to Mayor Nightingale's death?
Nothing. Focus your investigation on the remaining group of suspects, and watch for any connections to Atlas. Sacred coil is what happens when former Advent officers find religion, or create one. They claim to be the true path for City 31's hybrids, as long as that path involves armed sedition.
Sacred Coil occupied this recycling plant. I didn't know they were so desperate for used plastic.
You can make all kinds of explosives with used plastic.
If Sacred Coil went after mechs, they need soldiers. But for what army? They were underground until Mayor Nightingale's election drove them to the surface. Their hatred for her gave them motive. Find out if Sacred Coil had the means to carry out an assassination.
It's hard to imagine the horrors of the progeny activating that psionic contraption in our city.
To think of the loss of life at such a large scale and without warning?
Yeah, not to mention the greater threat of an army of untrained psionics.
Certainly they would have been viewed as victims of an attack, not a threat to be neutralized.
Thankfully, Roger, we don't have to find out.
I couldn't agree more, Glorgo.
City 31 became the world's only source of androids after retooling Advent mech factories. Sacred Coil has been sniffing around there for the past week. Find out why.
ago I said it before and I stand by it. 3-1 PD cannot get a handle on all this violence.
So what? We replace them? With who? XCOM and their reclamation agency?
Chimera Squad? I like what they're doing, but there aren't enough of them to make a difference.
Come off it, Roger. Is this another argument for mercenary peacekeepers?
I'm not saying I want it, but if this gets any worse, I'm saying I could stomach it.
Got it. I take your point.
The epidemic known as the Fade has reached City 31, concerning many of our hybrid residents. NextGen, a local medical research facility, sought to reassure the public.
We will find a way to treat this disease, but it will take time to develop a cure.
Some hybrid citizens are unimpressed with the lack of progress.
The Fade affects us. Only us. The gene therapy clinics could solve this. Open them back up.
More on this story as it develops. Celio Dash reporting for Channel 37. Bonded Stare, a local pirate radio station, claims to have answers about the Fade. Some residents welcome the station's frank assessment of the disease.
Well, we're finally hearing the truth. The city council was too afraid to tell us.
But not everyone is convinced.
It's wishful thinking. Anyone can say they know what's going on. That doesn't mean they do.
This is Celio Dash for Channel 37.
live in. You know it does not fit what we were promised. A life without pain. Clean city centers. An order to the world that made sense. But now, the zoo is run by the animals. And they're content to smear the walls. Do not adjust. Do not change. For now, you walk the bonded stair.
Hybrid citizens surrounded NextGen today in an impromptu protest regarding the Fade. A NextGen spokesperson had this to say.
There is no secret cure for the Fade. We're working as fast as we can, but we have to do this right.
But with 5 confirmed deaths, those who suffer from the Fade are far from reassured.
People are dying. We are dying. Something has to give.
More as the story develops. Celio Dash reporting for Channel 37.
Sacred Coil plans to steal combat-grade androids from the source. Make sure it doesn't happen.
The Bonded Stair radio station claimed, without evidence, that the Fade was manufactured in City 31. The assertion that NextGen created the disease was convincing to some residents.
Everything they say makes sense. With the gene therapy clinics shut down, we're as good as dead.
NextGen issued a firm denial and urged those affected to see a medical professional.
Sudden weight loss, thirst, loss of appetite? The sooner you seek treatment, the better.
This is Celio Dash for Channel 37.
They imprisoned you, placed you in a box, ran tests, all for what you were. And then, a final indignity. You, the master of this world, forced to swear loyalty to them. They wanted your word, but their own words? They mean nothing. You weren't in prison. It was a repatriation camp. Almost sounds pleasant. A place... The old world is nearly returned to us. A world that wants you to do nothing more than diminish. It will clutch at your potential, pull you down, choke you with lies until you can't see the truth. But we can be your guide from these depths. Your passage from the tyranny of human rule. All we ask is that you climb. Do not adjust. Do not change. For now, you walk the bonded stair.
It worked. We caught Sacred Coil amidst their android heist. They're after the combat cores.
I don't get it. Do we treat the combat cores as hostages? Book 'em!
Good job. City 31's androids are vital to the rebuilding effort. Sacred Coil will need to find troops elsewhere. Reclamation has unconfirmed reports of Andromedons spotted in the sewers, meeting with Sacred Coil. City 31's Andromedon Sanctuary claims no knowledge. Find out for certain before this blows up in our faces. Squad, I'd like you to meet a ghost. During the war, he went by Sovereign. He ran the Shrike network and oversaw their transformation to the mercenaries we know today.
Yeah, I thought nobody was in charge of Shrike.
So did I, but that's what Advent thought when Shrike was a resistance network.
Is he our connection to Atlas?
Maybe he is Atlas, or maybe he's dead. Until we know, he remains a person of interest.
Hi, Zephyr. Question for you.
It's Zephyr. And stop making fun of my accent.
No, I bask in it. It's my favorite of all accents.
Get stuffed.
Wait, I didn't get to ask my... Oh, crikey.
I never thought I would be working for XCOM.
Yeah, I didn't think they'd let an off-worlder join the team.
Torque, you are an off-worlder.
I'm from New Arctic. I am, by definition, an Earthling.
With fangs and sacs of venomous bile.
What can I say? Some Earthlings are hatched lucky.
So, your question from earlier.
Before you got testy about your accent.
I wasn't. Just ask your question.
Could you read this word to me? Aloud.
What in the world is a Jabberwock?
Oh, you said it! Oh, you said it. So much better than I imagined.
Shouldn't have bothered.
Andromedon Sanctuary finally admitted the obvious. Rogue Andromedons joined a sacred coil. Stop them before their actions turn into a recruitment drive.
When hostile forces feel overwhelmed, they may attempt to cut their losses in a spectacular fashion. But they might destroy evidence or activate a bomb as you approach. Whatever the case, stop them. Yesterday, The city's Andromedon Sanctuary warned us that some of their people went missing. Today we have Sacred Coil and rogue Andromedons attacking a public market.
I want my own Andromedon suit. It's a tiny submarine for your body.
City 31's Andromedon Sanctuary passed along their gratitude for how you handled the situation. Great work. Reclamation links Sacred Coil to a variety of City 31's missing persons, all human. Stop these human abductions and recover them from Sacred Coil. Time is of the essence. City 31, Sacred Coil is led by Bellismar, a former Advent commander. He was never apprehended after the war. As far as we know, he's still fighting it. We believe he had some responsibility for the Bugtown massacre. Consider Bellismar highly motivated and extremely dangerous.
Director? I'm one of Bellismar's clones.
I know. Do you have any concerns?
No. But do you? Does the squad?
Cherub. He has tens of thousands of clones. The only thing you share with him is DNA.
Okay. I mean, I know that, but thank you.
Grenade! Always knew XCOM would come for me. Didn't see it going down like this.
Holy crap, that's Floyd Tesseract.
The guy from You Should Have Believed?
You don't fit my demographic.
Darn it.
But demographics are a lie built to justify short-term decision-making.
Hooray?
Mr. Tesseract, we need to get you out of there.
I know the drill. I devised the drill. Head down, follow orders, keep living. Old habits die hard.
Is abducting humans for genetic experimentation. Those who survive are no longer themselves. This cannot continue. Find them, stop them, and get those people back.
PD pegged this as a sacred coil front. Normally, that's not enough to move in. But an informant says it has something to do with humans who've gone missing.
Good work shutting down Sacred Coil's genetic testing program. City 31 can sleep safer tonight.
Heads up, the City Council is calling an emergency session. Confidence in 31 PD is at an all-time low. You can blame Sacred Coil for that. I think we're all right, but if there's any blowback, I'll let you know. We located Sacred Coil's cathedral. It's literally underground, drawing an immense amount of power from the city's grid. They aren't hiding anymore. Whatever they're powering up, we need to shut it down. This used to be Sacred Coil's cathedral. Why would they abandon it? Detecting an immense power surge up ahead. Be ready for anything.
Moving in.
Throwing grenade!
Why summon a gatekeeper? And what the heck is wrong with it? That gatekeeper? I don't think it agreed to Sacred Coil's plan.
Entering.
Throwing grenade!
Behold, the power of the Elders! Their will inviolate, their strength unbroken!
Maxed out.
No! We fight on your behalf!
Sloppy than me. Better you than me.
Keep it up.
Chimera Squad. Sacred Coil got more than they bargained for when they threw open that gate. That gatekeeper must have been sent here 5 years ago. It was stuck in transit since XCOM won the war. Scattered cells remain throughout the city, but Sacred Coil as an organization is no more.
This so-called Sacred Coil was about to open a portal under our very streets. Just think of that.
Dire as that may be, let's not forget the lies they spread about the Fade.
You're right, Glorgo. That was downright despicable.
It's important to understand their draw, Roger. For strangers feeling sick, perhaps unwelcome, the promise of a cure is a powerful drive.
But to endanger so many just to save yourself?
Indeed. Such was the insidious nature of Sacred Coil.
Your latest investigation turned up no link to Mayor Nightingale's death, but we found more signs of external backing. Atlas was connected to each of these groups. Why? What did they have to gain? If the progeny couldn't possibly force a psionic evolution, why would Atlas back their flawed tech? Gray Phoenix wanted nothing more than to leave. What would Atlas get with an absent ally? And Sacred Coil? Did Atlas truly need fanatic Advent holdouts with a busted psionic gate? There's something we're missing.
Director, you need to see this.
Unknown assailants have overrun the City Council's emergency session. The following footage may be alarming to watch.
Our response must be unanimous. This is beyond politics. It's about stability.
Do you think it's Atlas?
It's an attack on City Hall. That's all that matters. Chimera Squad, head out.
Dropped my target.
I know what Atlas was planning. The Progeny, Gray Phoenix, Sacred Coil, each group they backed was set up to fail. But with each running rampant, 3-1 PD would stretch thin enough to break. And who steps in?
Mercenaries. Shrike.
Exactly. Fear was the point, and it would have worked if Chimera Squad hadn't pushed back.
So they pushed back on City Hall. And if a government no longer exists, you replace the government.
But they were sloppy. The mercenaries were coordinated out of Ascension Tower.
Atlas is in there? That was Advent's old headquarters. The place is a fortress.
A fortress I want you inside. We need to hit Atlas before they realize they're burned.
I have an idea on how to get in, but the squad isn't gonna like it.
Brief them on the way. This can't wait.
Brace for impact.
Clearing the board.
Full out!
Moving in.
Stay behind me.
Target hit. Deflected off the armor.
XCOM, lay down your arms.
It's Chimera Squad. And screw you for all you've done, pal.
All I've done? I've reminded this city what it needs to survive.
You don't know what you're talking about.
The Elders will return. We can only defeat them by tearing the weakness from our hearts.
Was that why you killed the mayor?
A handful of casualties today, or a whole world tomorrow. It's an easy choice.
That's not a world I'm ready to live in.
You won't acknowledge the stakes? Fine. Shrike, destroy them!
Next time.
The training paid off.
Chimera Squad. The director has arrived.
At ease. 1 month ago, you were understaffed, outgunned, and in temporary housing.
Hey, the place had character.
And rats. Don't forget the rats.
Now, the entire squad is here, with the latest and greatest from XCOM HQ. City 31 is in good hands.
Hostage situation in Old Town. We'll need all hands for this one.
Chimera Squad, form up and load in.
I'm sorry for interrupting.
You made my point. Go on, do your jobs.
Reclamation is entrenched. Our assets burned. We have no options.
The battle for City 31 is lost, but XCOM doesn't realize they're already at war.
And when they do?
It will be too late.